presentation, titled The Quality Infrastructure Map, comes to us from Osama Melhem. Osama is the Capability Development Senior Specialist, Acting Director of the Conformity Assessment Body Services Department, and Technical Advisor for the Abu Dhabi Quality and Conformity Council, the QCC. He has worked to establish and implement a system to improve Abu Dhabi certification bodies, inspection bodies, and testing laboratories, and take them to world-class levels. Osama is also lead assessor and/or technical assessor with the Emirates National Accreditation Systems and Gulf Accreditation Center in ISO IEC 17020, ISO IEC 17021, ISO IEC 17024, ISO IEC 17025, ISO IEC 17043, ISO IEC 17065, and ISO 15189. And with that, take it away, Osama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mike, for the kind introduction and giving me this opportunity to talk about the map of the quality infrastructure at the national, regional, and international level. The story of this project went back actually to 2012 when Abu Dhabi Quality and Conformity Council established a special department aims to strengthen the capability of Abu Dhabi's conformity assessment bodies. What I mean by the conformity assessment bodies, when I say this term, it means the testing laboratory, the inspection bodies, the medical labs, the certification bodies, and others. Now, to make the story short, let's imagine that our country is represented by this green rectangular here, and the surrounded blue color representing the regional and international community. The starting point of developing this map was the understanding of the market and defining the needs of the clients. So the core of establishing any quality infrastructure at the national level is understanding the needs of our stakeholders and customers. Now, who are our customers? We need to define who are our customers and stakeholders for the quality infrastructure. Mainly, they are represented by the consumers, traders and manufacturers, and regulators. These are the main three customers and stakeholders. Now, let's think, what is the expectations of the consumers from the national quality infrastructure? Let's think how the consumers, when they go to the market, what they are expecting from the market. Now, when we go to the market and looking to buy any product, what comes to our mind? Does it fit my purpose? This is the first question. Is it safe? If we are talking about also food, is it healthy? What is the value of this product against the money? Is it efficient? Is it reliable? When I buy also a LED lamp, is it really efficient? When I buy a washing machine, is it really good as a quality, reliable, can be used for a long time? What about the after sales maintenance? What is the impact of this product on the environment? So all these questions came to the mind of the consumers. What about the traders? Traders and manufacturers also, what they need from the quality infrastructure to be. They need a fair competition. They need clear and stable regulations. They need clear and stable requirements based on international standards, not in something that invented or tailor-made for this country. They need an international recognition for their national quality infrastructure system. So it means that whatever is tested here in our country can be accepted in any other country. So it's one standard, one test, one certificate accepted everywhere in the world. So, and they need also a quality infrastructure system, which is very flexible and supporting the advanced technologies and the innovation. What about the regulators? Regulators also, they need clear and flexible, dynamic, strong, and up-to-date regulation. They need also quality infrastructure system that protect the consumers, protect the environment, and also the same, they need something to support the economy. Now, if we understand the needs of our clients and the needs of our stakeholders, we should think how we can serve them now, okay? The best way, actually, the only product that the quality infrastructure providing to the consumers is only either a mark or a certificate. That's it, okay? When you go to the market, you don't have the capability to inspect or to test the washing machine. You don't have the capability to test the LED. What you are looking for is only mark. Does it hold the required, the applicable mark? Now, marks in general are divided into two groups. Either marks are either mandatory or voluntary. Mandatory marks, okay, are also of two types. So either these mandatory marks are a self-declaration by the manufacturer. So the manufacturer declares that my product or his product is meeting the requirements. An example for this in UAE is ECAS, for example. Some of the ECAS marks, they are a self-declaration, some of them, okay? Now, in other marks, which are also mandatory, there should be another third party who really inspect or test or certify these products. So the mandatory products, as I explained previously, now either this self-declaration or based on a third party certification. Another mark here we have in UAE is the halal mark, which is now a very well known worldwide. It means that this product is meeting the Sharia, the Islamic requirements, Islamic religion requirements. It means that this product is according to the requirements of the religion of Islam. Similar for other also communities, there are other marks. Now, some other marks in the market are voluntary. For example, we have the Emirates quality mark. Mainly they are, or basically they are a voluntary mark. It means that when you obtain this mark, your product has an advantage, let's say, it's actually a marketing tool. It's a marketing tool. It means that your product is meeting higher level of quality. Some other also marks, which means that this product is organic, okay? Also to ensure that to the clients or the consumers that this product is organic in origin or not. Now in Abu Dhabi also we have local marks called Abu Dhabi Trust Mark. It's operated by Abu Dhabi Quality and Conformity Council. So in general, marks or certificates, so either they are a mandatory or voluntary. Now, when the manufacturer in the market, so this is the market, when the manufacturer wants to be able to fix the mark on his product, he cannot fix it directly. First of all, he should meet the requirements. So the requirements of ECAS, there are special requirements for ECAS, special requirements for halal, special requirements for Emirates quality mark, and the same for Abu Dhabi Trust Mark. So we have either mandatory requirements or voluntary requirements. Now, who will check that the product in the market is meeting these requirements and to enable the manufacturer to fix these marks and or to obtain the certificate? Now we have bodies here called the conformity assessment bodies. Okay, so this column represents the conformity assessment body. Now, if we have a person in the market and we want to certify this person that he is competent to perform special work, for example, as an AC technician or electrician, okay, or a lifeguard, or any other, or NDT inspector, or any other certificates. So there is a specific bodies who are authorized and competent to issue such a certificate. We call these bodies are person certification bodies. Now, in the market, again, we have organizations who are willing to obtain a management system certification. Okay, so they come to the system certification bodies. For example, some examples of this is the ISO 9001, ISO 14001, 45,001, 50,001, and others. There are plenty of management systems available in the market. So the organization in the market, they come to these bodies to be certified according to the required standard. Now, if you are a manufacturer here and you want to certify your product, you come to the product certification body and inform them that I want my products to be certified according to this conformity scheme. Okay. If you are producing any product fall under the halal product certification, you come to a special, let's say, category of product certification for authorized for the halal product certification. Now, some products that when you install them, you cannot operate. You cannot operate until you need somebody who can inspect these, let's say, plants or these equipments, that they are safe to be used. For example, if we have a mobile crane, okay, or tower crane, once you install the tower crane, you cannot operate the tower crane unless you get a certificate from an inspection body that this tower crane is safe for use. Okay, and this is at the installation. And also regularly, you need to also come to the inspection body every, for example, 6 months or every 1 year to inspect your instrument, your equipment, lifting equipments or man lifting equipments or others, that they are still meeting the requirements and they are still safe for use. For example, also the lifting, yeah, lifts, elevators, yeah, the escalators. So you need somebody who are authorized and competent for this purpose. Then we have the testing laboratories. Testing laboratories are very well known for the majority. Okay, if you have water, you have oil, you have any engineering product, you bring a sample to the testing laboratory to be tested for a specific parameter. Okay, we have also the medical labs. Yes, medical labs are considered a part of the conformity assessment bodies. And you have also calibration labs to check what is the deviation, what is the bias from our measuring instruments from the standard measuring instruments with the specific specified uncertainties, and also to achieve traceability to the national or the international standards, measurement standards. Also, another kind of the conformity assessment bodies, okay, conformity assessment bodies called CABs. When I say CAB, it means conformity assessment bodies. So another category is the legal metrology. Legal metrology, it is very similar to the calibration labs, but the main purpose of the calibration lab is just to show, to give you what is the bias between your instrument and the reference standard with a certain level of uncertainty and establishing the traceability. While in legal metrology, this deviation, this bias has to be fallen within a specific limit, okay? So specific intervals, we call it maximum permissible error. So for example, the taximeter or the gas meter or the energy, electrical energy meters, all these are an examples of the legal measuring instruments. These instruments, have to meet the legal requirements. It means that they have to, the accuracy or the bias of these instruments has to be within a specific limits. A new category for the CAPS is the validation and verification. This is according to the new standard 17029 issued in 2019. Validation and verification is a special conformity assessment bodies for the claims. We see many claims in the market that this product is, for example, is reducing the emission of CO2 or others, okay? Or this product is, for example, is good for health, or that product is can reduce the weight. All these claims, we need a specific body who is competent to check that this claim is true or false. Now, this column, we call it the conformity assessment bodies again. So we have here is the market. We have here is the certificates and the marks. To enable the manufacturers to fix the marks, they have to meet the requirements here issued by the authorized bodies, and they have to be checked or verified, okay, by the conformity assessment bodies. Now, let's think that we have one product submitted to the conformity assessment bodies, and this product met the requirements. Now, the manufacturer is now authorized to fix the mark, but usually this sample is called the golden sample. It means that maybe this one is produced with free from any defect, and after that maybe the manufacturer will not continue to produce this high quality. So we need now another body called market surveillance body. The market surveillance body, the purpose of the main objective of the market surveillance body is to ensure that the quality of the products with obtained or holding these marks are maintaining this level of equality. So regularly they go to the market, regularly they go to the manufacturers' stores, regularly they go to even to the borders, okay, to take samples from these distribution points and take samples and check if they this product is continue meeting these requirements or not. Okay, so the link is clear here that the requirements is giving the requirement to the market surveillance, requirements given to the market is giving to the CAPS also. Now, these conformity assessment bodies cannot work alone. They need also support. They need support from another level of majority of this level is also another type of conformity assessment bodies, but they provide their service not directly to the market. They provide their services to the conformity assessment bodies. This is front line of the conformity assessment bodies, and this is the back line of the conformity assessment bodies, except the recognition system, of course. Now, we have at the top of the system here is the recognition system. Recognition system, the purpose of the recognition system is to give reliability or credibility to the consumers, to the organization, or to everybody that these bodies are competent. These bodies, these CAPS are competent. The National Metrology Institute, the purpose of the National Metrology Institute is to ensure that any measurement done by these bodies by these conformity assessment bodies are traceable to the international, to the measurement units, okay, and to the international and national measurement standards. The reference labs is also a support unit to the CAPS. It is also the highest level of testing labs within the country. Okay, so if there's any discrepancies between the testing labs at this level, the routine level, okay, it can be judged by the reference labs. The reference labs also, they are research and development labs. They are cooperating with the BT providers and other tasks. BT providers is the body who is organizing the proficiency testing at the national level. It means that if I want to check the competency of the testing lab within the country, that they are competent to test the water, drinking water. Okay, so the BT providers, they provide the same sample to all labs at the same time and ask all labs to test specific parameters for that water. Then they collect the data, analyze the data, calculate the Z score or the EN number. It depends on the analysis that they will carry, and show the discrepancies and the fluctuations between the levels of these laboratories. I will show you some examples after that. Reference materials. Reference materials producers also is the body who is producing homogenized and stable materials. So these stable materials and the homogenized materials are used by either by the BT providers or they are using by testing laboratories to ensure that the bodies, the testing laboratories, all the time, they can get the same results. Of course, we need, in some cases, also we need reference data body who is, for example, if we want to know what is the local gravity in this area in the country, or what's the caloric value of the gas here. So the reference data is the standardized and the legal body for issuing the reference data within the country. Of course, we need also quality institutes, the institutes to train, to educate the people and the society about the quality. Maybe we have also quality awards to encourage the organizations to obtain and to achieve a higher quality. Now, at the higher level in the society, in the country, we need also a national equality board. National equality board is a balanced board between the private and the public sector, representing the industry, representing the Chamber of Commerce, representing research and development institutes, okay, who are reflecting the needs, the national needs for the quality. Now, the main objective of the National Equality Board is to establish the national equality policy, how we will achieve our targets, and of course, they will set what is the national equality objectives. Okay, so the National Equality Board, they set the objectives and they also tell the society how they will achieve these objectives. All what I have talked about will not be achieved at all unless the society has equality culture. So people within the society, they believe in equality. So it is not just a matter that we are meeting the regulations, okay, and if nobody is watching me, is controlling me, I will not produce a quality product. So we need the culture. So everybody in the society, everybody in the CAB, they believe that equality is something we are believing on it. So my own definition of equality is working with love, producing with love. Okay, so you love to produce a high quality product, regardless if the others they appreciate it or not. I'm doing this because I love equality. Now, so equality it has to be embedded in the blood cell of the society. Now, the main differences here, maybe people, they are getting confused when we are talking about testing and inspection. So I would like to also to tell you something about the differentiations between these bodies. So testing is usually for testing a specific parameter of the product, while inspection depends on the professional judgment. We use less equipment, simple equipment within by the inspectors, but mainly we depend on the experience of the inspectors. While in the testing laboratory, we depend highly on the equipment and the testing equipment. For the product certification, system certification, personal certification, there shall be a scheme owner. It's more than standard. It is a scheme. It means that there is someone who knows how to collect the samples, where to test these samples, and also what about the market surveillance, the frequency of the market surveillance. All these things are organized by the certification bodies. So now this is at the national level, the quality infrastructure at the national level. Now we cannot work in solo. Okay, we need to cooperate at the regional level and the international level. So we have a mirror organization at the regional level, and we have also a mirror organizations at the international level. Now at the regional level, these are some examples. For example, in the Gulf area here, we have, for example, at the national level, we have our own marks, but at the Gulf region, we have the G mark, which is a mandatory mark for mandatory products to hold these marks. For example, the toys, okay, and tobaccos. Other products, also the electrical equipments. All these products, they have to hold the G mark to be allowed to be put into use in the Gulf area. Now, for the standardization body, we have here in UAE, we have ESMA. And for the regional body, we have the Gulf Standardization Organization. For the metrology within the national level, we have the Emirates Metrology Organization, while in the region we have the Gulf Metrology. So this is in the regional level. At the a little bit higher level for the Arab countries, we have also the same. For about 21 countries, we have the Arab mark, and we have the IDSMO organization. IDSMO is the Arab Industrial Development Standards and Mining Organization. And we have also another body for the metrology, which is now they changed the name and it became the Arab Association, Arab Metrology Association. So this is another level of the regional level. In Europe, we have also similar bodies for Euramet, we have for metrology, WELMEC for legal metrology, SEN and EN for the standards, and we have similar things. And we have also, for example, for the mark, the CE mark, and plenty of other marks, but this is the main. Now, so these are the regional level. Now, at the international level, we have also, for example, for the standardization, we have ISO and others. I give you example for example. Now, we have at the international level for the electrical and equipments, okay, electronic and electrical equipments. We have the IEC for the telecommunication. We have the ITU for the normal products, ISO for the food. We have codex. For the International Federation of Clinical Chemistry, we have the IFCC. For legal metrology, we have the OIML. And many of the international organizations. These international organizations, they organize the work at the international level. And similarly, we have at the regional level, for example, ISMO, GSO, CEN, ETSI, CEN, ELEC, okay? And then we have at the national level, then we have at the local level, then private, and so on. So this is just an example because we cannot, we don't have too much time to talk about every single element. Okay. So we have plenty, as I said, plenty of international organizations, and at the top we have the international network on quality infrastructure, which I like to call it, this is like the mother of the international organization. So all these international organizations, they come into one place, one table, which is the international net working on quality infrastructure, and also they organize their own work at the most top level. Example, for example, we have the traceability of the measurements. So we got at the national level, we got the traceability from the international level and disseminated to the national level. Other examples for the regional bodies, which we don't have an international organization for these bodies, is, for example, we have the EBTES. EBTES is a European organization organizing the PT in Europe, but it's now I consider it actually as an international because they have more than European PT providers. We have ERM, which is the European Reference Material Producers, okay, organizing the work of the reference materials producing within Europe. And because it's used worldwide, so I also consider this as an international body. EURL, the European Union Reference Laboratory. This is the body which is organizing the reference laboratory work at the European level, but everybody is benefiting from this. Okay. Also, we have the AFQM or others for the quality awards. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about the recognition system in UAE, because maybe the audience will benefit from this. Recognition system in UAE. We have 4 levels of recognitions for the CAPS recognition in UAE. And level 1 is the private CAPS. At the private CAPS, like private laboratories, private inspection bodies, private testing. For this level, there is no requirement at all. Okay, it's totally, you are totally free to do whatever you would like to do. Now, if you are providing this service to the public, you have to be registered with the federal organization, which is ESMA. Now it's changed to the ministry. Then, if so, they have, these bodies have to meet the specific general requirements. It's like light accreditation. I can say it's light accreditation, but sometimes it's very stringent requirements. Now, for a little bit higher level with more risky level, we also have the accreditation. So accreditation is mandatory for risky areas, and it's voluntary for the rest. Now, at the top, for the governmental projects, we ask the CAPS to sign an agreement, legal agreement with the government, okay, to be designated for specific work. Okay, so designated CAPS, usually they have to be accredited. Accredited has to be registered as a prerequisite. So this is the pyramid of recognition in UAE. I think I don't have enough time to talk about this map in details. So let me, in summary, give you the definition now. What is the quality infrastructure according as defined by the international networking on on quality infrastructure. The quality infrastructure is the system comprising the organizations, public and private. It's not only public, it's public and private, together with the policies, relevant legal and regulatory framework, and practices needed to support and enhance the quality, safety, and environmental soundness of goods, services, and the processes. Okay. So the keywords here, it's for public and private. It is the combination of the policies, legal requirements, best practices all together, and the objective is to enhance the quality, safety, and environmental soundness of goods, service, and process. The quality infrastructure is required for effective operation of domestic market and its international recognition. This is very important. We are working on a national level, but our eyes is open to the international level. So our system, it has to be internationally recognized. Okay, so the international recognition is important to enable access to foreign market. It is critical element in promoting and sustaining economic development as well as environmental and social well-being. Now, what is the national quality policy? It is the policy adopted at national level to develop and sustain an efficient and effective quality infrastructure. Okay, now, the final goal of the quality infrastructure at the world, for the world trade is for the same product, we need one mark or one certificate based on one standard. This is like a long-term vision based on one standard, tested or inspected once, accepted everywhere for a happier and better life. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Osama Melhem, for that look at the quality infrastructure mapping process. And that concludes this presentation.